Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because people are broke already. And we're going to cover how people just have had no money for the longest time. And let's get right into it. Dollar General is a discount store, dollar items on up. There basically are no dollar stores anymore. But Todd Vasos, the CEO of the company, had a talk late last week, and he was talking about how, wait a second, we deal with people that are already stressed in the economy as it is. And these people have very little money. And what we've seen lately is that not only do they have very little money, but they're just not spending out anymore. They're buying less of the essentials that they need because they just don't have the money. This is terrible. Now, this company has made its fortune, okay, off of the lower income sector, elderly, people on fixed incomes, things like that. I used to love the dollar stores, because it used to be such a good deal. But now they're just not because the quality's suffered so much. But they have seen their profits drop almost 60%. That is wild, guys. And sales were up last year, but they're making less money. And the threat of tariffs that we've talked about lately, they're concerned that this is going to destroy this company, and that it is just a matter of time until we see the effects on everybody else. We've already seen the effects on everybody, guys. It right now, the thing about this is that people are cutting back in every way that they can right now. How can they spend less money? What can we do without? Oh, we don't need to go to the dry cleaners. We don't need to get our nails done as much, or hair done, everything like that. We don't need to pay to have somebody wash our car. We'll do it ourselves. Things like that have just suffered dramatically. What about this? What if we find out that we have been in a recession since 2022, which I've had people write me, I've had economists write me, I've had people in business talk about how the numbers that we've been given as far as the employment numbers, GDP, sales figures, everything have just been a lie, and that we see company after company that is starving right now. They're going to close, almost 50 of the top shelf stores. How about this? They have 10,000 stores in this company. That blew me away. 10,000 of these stores. And, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Everybody's going out and suffering dramatically. But you're seeing program after program that are finally getting cut back. And one of them is the program that pays rent to, does a subsidy rent with the Housing Authority. Now, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has talked about how they're going to cut back dramatically on these housing voucher programs. And people are furious over this. And what they're saying is, wait a second, you're going to kick out the poorest communities. There's 60,000 households that are on this right now. And of the 60,000 households that are on this, think about this. That's across the United States. 15,000 are here in California. 15,000. Of that, in the county that I'm in, Orange County, which is a rich county, you've got 822 individuals on that. And you've got 620 different residences. And 184 of them are seniors. Now, here's the problem with this, is that clearly there's people that deserve this money. Clearly there's people that are going to be dramatically affected by this. But here's the nonsense that we're being told right now, is that this does not end until the end of 2026. So if you are in a lower income area and you are told that you have a year and 8 months to get yourself some help, wouldn't you go out and do it? Wouldn't you go out and get a job or do something to see if you're going to be able to move or have to move or whatever? A year and 8 months until they run out of this money. And, they want to, stoke the flames and tell everybody how bad this is. You're going to kick out the poorest people in the world. No, they're not. Some people, it looks like, could lose their places to live, but not everybody, let's face it, is having, a difficult time. The thing that blew me away, on TikTok, there are people that have just been baby machines. And what these women have done is they've gone out and they have had children and been on the welfare program. 6, 8 kids. They don't work. They just sit there. They drive their SUVs and they get, $6,000 and $8,000 a month. And then they started to get investigated for welfare fraud because of the fact that they're just not doing anything, getting this money. And these women are pissed. These women are furious because I have to work now. I have to justify feeding my children. The rest of us do that. The rest of us have to get jobs and do this. Now, if somebody is disabled, handicapped, mentally handicapped, old, I don't want them to suffer, okay? The program has to be dealt with where these people need to be, protected. Now, again, if you know of anybody in your neighborhood that's elderly, check in on them, see if they're part of programs like this, and if you can help them to make sure that they secure things like this for the long term, because they want to cut back. Great video that was sent to me. Mark Cuban talking in 2017 how we need to eliminate 30% of the government and get rid of employee waste and cut back. And man, does he wish that video was gotten rid of, because people talk this way and then they change their tune about how you're just destroying people's lives. No, you're the one that suggested this in 2017. So right now you're seeing vehicles, used vehicle prices absolutely collapse again. And used Tesla prices, oh my gosh, you can steal one of those. You can basically get yourself a car at 20% off right now, and that's just the beginning. You haven't seen anything yet. You're talking about BYD, the Chinese. I like this. The Chinese auto company. This is all over the news today. They've got a car that can charge and go 200 miles in 5 minutes. It can charge that quick. We'll never see that car here. We'll never see a BYD car here, guys, because of the tariffs and everything else like that. So it might as well charge it. It might as well, be a solar charger on the roof and make it so you don't need it. So it's interesting, guys, to say the least. So, Canadian used cars set to flood the used car markets because tariffs are threatening $6,000 vehicle prices. Okay, we'll see. The Fed kept interest rates right where they wanted and didn't raise them, didn't lower them, and people are freaked out about this. So do you believe the economy is good? I don't right now, guys. I think that people are having a very difficult time, and the truth is finally coming out right now. When the CEO of places like Dollar General talk about this, McDonald's, every burger place has talked about how, people are cutting back. But the problem with it is that nobody can afford a $25 combo meal, at Five Guys. It's ridiculous to go buy, hamburger, fries, and a soda for, $24. It's nuts, guys. Okay, let me know what you think so far. How many people work at Morgan Stanley, the investment bank? 80,000. 80,000 people work for that one bank. What's wild right now is that you've got 2,000 people losing their jobs. That made headlines. 2,000 people are going to get cut. And basically, they say it's a little over 2% of the workforce. That's wild, guys. Okay? So, 2,000 people, full-time adults losing their jobs. More trouble for Tesla. Tesla, people have such a problem with them that in New York City, they're charging them what they call the Tesla tax. How awful is this? You own a Tesla, we're going to charge you up to $1,000 more a month to park your car in the parking structure. So how can we mess with these people? There's another way. Just charge them more to park the car. So terrible. Absolutely terrible that they're seeing this over and over and over again. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know why people would want to do this to somebody else, because what's good for the goose, man, it's going to happen to you at some point. It's going to happen. It's going to come back on everybody. So, U.S. Bank has a card called the Smartly card, where it was great. I mean, you could basically earn up to 4% bonuses and cash back and things like this. And if you had, a checking account, you could basically get free checking and get the Smartly card. Well, they said no more free checking, and everybody's freaking out over this. You guys, checking's $15 a month. If you get a card that pays you back 4%, go buy something. Go use it for gas. Use it for everything in your life and get that cash back bonus at the end of the year. That's how you save yourself some money. So there's that. What else? What else? What else? Oh, International Delight Coffee Creamer. They got called with a Class 2 recall from the FDA. 75,000 of the International Delight coffee creamers. I used to love that stuff. It was just sweet goodness until you get old and you realize sugar's bad for you. But those flavored coffee creamers, some of them were already spoiled. 75,000 of them. Imagine pouring that into your coffee. Make for a nice loose lunch, you know? So, anyways, be careful of that. Read the story below and you can see which ones were recalled. And one thing I find funny is with all this return to office talk, one thing that you're seeing is that more and more people that check in and check out, they're starting to monitor this. So what is the average time that somebody leaves the office in a day? 4:39, not 5 o'clock, 4:39. I'm out 20 minutes early. I'm done. So I get a kick out of stuff like this. It's like people just are so fed. People just don't want to work. Send me my paycheck. Listen, it's inconvenient that you and I have to even talk right now. You just should know where I'm at and put the money in my bank account. Okay, do that for me. Here's what's funny is that there's all this tracking software that's out there, and you know, JP Morgan's got it, and it's great because they're starting to see people's lack of work, and these people are going to start getting fired. But you leave at 4:39, that's the thing that someone's going to remember. So remember that. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories, and they're both auto-related. How about this one? Audi, the car company, A-U-D-I, capital A, small U-D-I, entered China in 1988. And now a subsidiary of them, which is called Audi in China, not the same Audi, it's a different Audi, but it's all capitals, A-U-D-I, all capital letters. They're going to have their first EV car. Who cares? I mean, it's going to come out late April, early May. Audi, not Audi. Read the story below. They're going to have an EV car. Is that it's just talking about brand confusion and, oh, copyright? We don't care about that in China. We'll steal your name and use it. Oh, you don't like it? Okay, thank you. Okay, so Audi, not Audi, is having a new car come out. The other Audi. Rivian is the other electric car company, and they want you to know that in the San Francisco Bay Area, they have their first Rivian Cafe, where it's an auto dealership that you can go to and you can use their internet, you can have a drink, and have no high-pressure auto sales. And you can go and you can get yourself in the Rivian Lounge. Doesn't that sound great? Now, if you can fight through that city and not get robbed to get there, and step over the drug dealers and the crap in the street, you can go use the Rivian Lounge. Oh my God, Dan, that is a terrible thing to say. That's absolutely awful. Isn't it though? It's awful. I want to remind you that we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live. You sign up at iAllegedly.tv, put that in your browser, use the link below. We have a bunch of uncensored talks and different things that are on there that I love sharing with everybody. So check it out. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Email me hello@iallegedly.com, and onward and upward, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share this video today.